Alright, welcome back to Janktown, population 75, and we're about to play a very first match with our Inverter burn deck. This is my very first time playing this deck, so it might actually just be terrible. And what a way, an inauspicious start. We're going to have to mulligan this. We've got 2 inverters in our opening hand, which is not what we want, and we've only got 1 land, and it's a swamp. And if we were going to have 1 land, we'd much rather have a mountain, because maybe then we could cast our dragon fodders, get something going, but that's just terrible. So, alright. This is probably better than a 5-card hand. If we draw 1 more land, we can start casting our spells, and we do have our inverter, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. And Smoldering Marsh is a perfect draw, because we can... I think I'm going to actually just go ahead and cast that on turn 1. The other alternative would be to play out the mountains and then cast the Smoldering Marsh. I think it's 6 1/2 dozen the other. I don't think it matters. So, Mystic Mono. So we're probably playing against... What are we playing against? Jeskai Green? I guess that's a thing now. Okay, so let's play out a mountain and pass the turn. On the turn, we're going to Hordling Outburst. We got our swamp, so we can invert at any time. Sphinx's Tutelage. Okay. I think this is a really good matchup for us. Although the mill is going to be bad. Oof. Alright, do I want a Hordling or Swift Spear here? I think I want a Hordling. And then next turn we're going to cast Swift Spear, Exquisite Firecraft. That Sphinx is actually rough, so we're going to have to be careful about when we cast our inverter now. Before they stuck that Sphinx's Tutelage, I was going to... Oh, another one. Ouch. Well, we might just not cast the inverter. And we draw another one. I think that this is actually a pretty good matchup if we just don't cast the inverter. So we're just going to go ahead and burn face here. We're going to get our Prowess trigger off the Monastery Swift Sphere, and we're going to crack in for 5. That seems like a good deal to me. 9 damage on turn 4. I'll take it. We can do the same thing again next turn with the other Exquisite Firecraft. Opponent will be down to 2. And yeah, I think we're probably just not even going to cast our inverter here. Radiant Flames. Well, that messes up our plans. So let's get our graveyard here. Oh, and our graveyard, of course, is huge. Oh, right. So this is... so the Sphinx's Tutelage is sort of just really putting us onto like a plan C here. Can we cast the inverter? Well, I want to get 1 more Exquisite Firecraft in here. What all do we have? We've got Dragonfire. We got a lot of lands in here. I don't like that. All right. This seems like a mediocre play, but I've got a reason for doing it. I'm going to go ahead and just cast that to get it in my graveyard. We're going to let him trigger Sphinx's Tutelage a couple more times, and I think I'm going to... Yeah, this is good. We got 24 cards in here. I think I'm going to roll the dice and cast an inverter next turn and just beat face, because then we've got him on a 2-turn clock. And we draw a 3rd inverter. That's ridiculous. Which we won't be able to cast, but okay. We're going to put him on a 2-turn clock. We're just going to do it. So we've now got... I mean, hell, our library's not that much smaller than it was a minute ago. There's 28 cards before, now it's 24 cards, so that's fine. That's interesting. He mills us down. If he's got removal, we're in trouble, because I can't cast another inverter. Well, I'll be able to cast one in a few minutes, actually. And actually, yeah, that's actually not as bad a draw as it seems to have all the inverters, because if he's about to mill me out, I can cast another inverter. Put my graveyard into my library. Oh, what a weird first game. Yes, you're gonna try and blah blah blah. I mean, if you don't have any creatures, Jeskai Ascendancy doesn't seem that great. It's got 2 Jeskai Ascendancies, whatever. Alright, this does not have haste, right? So we don't really want to do that. We're just going to go ahead and crack in. And we're at 15 cards. He's milling us for like 8 a turn. See, I'm a little worried he's got removal. I should say they. I've been trying really hard. Since this is a test video, I'll say this here. I've been trying really hard. I really want for my videos to use singular they for the opponent. It bugs me when people say he. I've noticed exactly one other streamer saying he or she, which is better. I'm thinking about casting Avaricious Dragon here to hedge against targeted removal. And that's going to fill my... And then I could cast Inverter of Truth the next turn. I'm going to do it, because it might draw me some face burn too. So, oh no, wait, I can't cast Inverter of Truth next turn. Duh. Well, we'll see what happens. That might have been a punt right there. They're going to try... Okay, so the Ascendancy is because you draw the cards. So they're going to try and mill me out right now. And they might do it. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, they got me. I don't think that there's any way to come back. So I'm going to concede. All right, sideboarding. Wow, what a freaking weird. So this is a creature, so we don't want that. What a weird. So we want Duress for sure. We don't have any kind of enchantment removal here. So I think Inverter is actually really good here. I think Avaricious Dragon is bad though. It wouldn't have mattered whether I cast or not. They were going to mill me out that turn, whether I cast Inverter or whatever I did. It was close though. We got him down to 1 life. So I need to take out 1 more card. Probably going to be Collateral Damage or Wilds. No, it's going to be Wild Slash because we don't really need the removal, and that's our smallest burn spell. So we can give that a try. Yes, I would like to play first. Alright, this seems good. We've got a turn 1 Swift Spear, a turn 2 Dragon Fodder. If we start drawing anything, yeah, this is good. This is a good hand. If we draw another land, we've got an Exquisite Firecraft. We could do a Damnable Pact. This seems good. I have to be careful about pauses in videos like that. I always hate when there's too many pauses. Alright, so we drew a land, which is good. We can Dragon Fodder here. Attack for another 2. Next turn, we could cast Damnable Pact to just to cycle it, which I don't think is necessarily a terrible terrible play. Gets us in our graveyard in case we do an Inverter. Let's see what we draw. We draw a mountain. Yeah, so I'm going to just do Exquisite Firecraft right now to get the Prowess Trigger. Because we drew a land, I figure next turn is better for Damnable Pact. We can draw 2 cards off of it. So our plan right now is going to be, we're going to see what we draw. We're probably going to play the land and then play Damnable Pact to get the Prowess Trigger and draw some cards. I think we're going to win this game. They might have Radiant Spires or Radiant Flames here. That would be a bummer. Yeah, they do. Alright, that's okay. We're going to stick with our plan. We're going to cast the Damnable Pact. There's not going to be a Prowess Trigger. Exquisite Firecraft, yep. So, oh wait, we can't cast Damnable Pact because we only have 1 mountain. Alright, well, that's actually not too bad. We're going to go ahead and Exquisite Firecraft here. We can Crater's Claws for 3 next turn, which is a point short of lethal. We might actually just burn him out with Damnable Pact here. That'll be my plan now. If I draw, A morph. I wonder what that is. If we draw a black source, we got a Swift Spear. Okay. Neither of those are instants. We could do the Swift Spear and burn him for 2, and then he has to block, and then what's the right thing here? I really wish that was an instant. That would be nice. So we could Crater's Claws him for 3 and put him down to 1. If they, I'm still saying him. If they attack, then we just, and don't have a blocker up, we just Swift Spear for the win. On the other hand, I can Swift Spear, Crater's Claws him for 2, Crater's Claws them for 2, attack, force the block, and then there'll be a 2 life and I'll have a Swift Spear on the board. And if I draw a swamp, yeah, I think that's the play, because then I just, if I draw a swamp. Although, would it be better to, is it better to kill the creature and then attack with a Swift Spear, or kill, or face burn and then attack? You know what, this is better, because they could just screw up and not block. Other than that, if they do the right play, then it's either way they're at 2 life and I've got a Swift Spear in play. So they have to block. Okay, I guess this was slightly worse in case they were playing Ruthless Ripper. Because they could have revealed a black card. But yeah, I think the odds of that are pretty much 0. Alright, so we're probably going to win this game. Radiant Flames, sure. Come on, Blacks. Oh, come on now. Alright, you gotta just pass the turn. Yeah, if we had any creature, collateral damage for the win. We've got so many cards that win us the game right now. I'm not worried. A Swamp wins the game. A Hordling Outburst wins the game. A Dragon Fodder wins the game. A Monastery Swift Spear wins the game. Exquisite Firecraft, Wild Slash, like half our deck wins the game here. Now, that said, I've been on a losing streak lately, so. And sure enough, I get one of the best cards in my deck that doesn't win the game this turn. We have Outpost Siege here to make sure that we keep getting gas pre-inverter. It's a little dangerous post-inverter, but it's a sweet, sweet card. And really, if we get an Outpost Siege in play and then we cast Inverter, we're probably going to win the game. You get a Morph. All right, now, come on. We got an Outpost Siege in here. We're going to be drawing 2 cards, and half our deck wins the game. Well, this wins the game next turn. So stupid. Oh my god. I've just been getting obscene luck here. There's, outside of life gain, there's nothing our opponent can do. So I'm just gonna stay calm. Then, sure enough, they get life gain. This is so stupid. Oh my. This is a test video, so I'm gonna swear. Fuck. What the fuck? I have had the worst fucking luck. Half of my fucking deck wins the game, and I literally say the only thing that doesn't win the game next turn is if they get life gain and they draw fucking Linvala. This is so stupid. Alright. How are we going to win here? So, let me think. If I do Dragon Fodder and Collateral, that gets them to 4. If I do Inverter, then Linvala is in serious trouble. And I can always Collateral. How many do I have in here? I think it's Inverter time. Oops. That's okay. So we're going to Bloodfell. We're going to Inverter. And we're going to leave up collateral damage in case they have any kind of targeted removal. Yeah, we're good here. Unless they go off next turn, that would be really embarrassing if they all of a sudden stick the Sphinx's Tutelage and a Jeskai Ascendancy and just suddenly go off and draw up my deck. They're not gonna. Well, I don't think they're gonna. Well, there's the Jeskai Ascendancy. Torment Test that. If they had a Sphinx's Tutelage out, I'd be dead right now. So that's okay. We're gonna win the game next turn. Oh yeah, dead space. So as long as the opponent doesn't mill us out right now, Crush of Tentacles. Okay, no problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to collateral damage, and then when we untap, we just play Damnable Pact for the win. This is no problem. So yeah, that was our plan, is that we're holding up collateral damage in case they had a way of removing the inverter. I'm sure they'd love to recast their Linvala, but they are not going to get a chance because they're going to. By the way, I gotta say, I love winning with Damnable Pact. See, Exquisite Firecraft is there any out? Should I cast Exquisite Firecraft? Exquisite Firecraft is so much more boring. You know what? I don't want them to know that I have Damnable Pact, so I'm just going to Firecraft them. Also, this is showing off that our deck works the way it's supposed to, because you know why I drew that Exquisite Firecraft? I drew that Exquisite Firecraft because of Inverter of Truth. That it put pure gas into there. That was not a lucky top deck. That was our deck working the way that it's supposed to work. I think I'm just going to run this back. Although he's got a lot of ways to get rid of my creatures, so I think I'm going to bring in the extra Crater's Claws, because the Crater's Claws would have won us the game at one point there. And I'm going to bring out another Wild Slash. And let's see what happens here. I almost think I should have brought out boarded out an Inverter, but that's kind of our deck. So, okay, so this is great. We've got a turn 1 Duress, we've got a turn 2 Dragonfowler, we've got a collateral damage that we can do. This is great. So we'll see what they got. Alright, they're cracking their Wooded Foothills in turn 1. I don't like that. I don't like when my opponent... Oh, do they just... because they want to play a tap plan. That's fine. I don't like when my opponent has a turn 1 play. I like when I have a turn 1 play. Duress. And we're going to... They have this one Sphinx's Tutelage, and we're going to take it. Why is this so small? Ooh, Crush of Tentacles. So, and they do have a Linvala. So, I've seen a lot of people do this, but I've never seen anybody talk about it. This is the snipping tool. Search for snipping tool on Windows. It's a really convenient way when you're playing Moto to just keep track of your opponent's hand. It's a lot easier than writing it down. I see a lot of people type it in the chat window. This is just better. You see pictures. It's really fast. And, well, so now this is a tough one, because Crush of Tentacles will wreck us, but Tormenting Voice is going to get them gas. I think it's Tormenting Voice here. And then we're going to pass the turn. And then you can just, there's a pen right up here, and then you can just use that to scribble it out. Most people just do a nice little, neat little line, and I just scribble, scribble, scribble. I'm very messy. And they play a tap land. All right, this is good. This is looking real good. So we just Dragon Fodder and pass the turn. And next turn, they Radiant Flames us, right? No, this is good. We've got some creatures on the board to start cracking in. We've got starting next turn, we're going to hold up a collateral damage in case they kill them. Oh, and look, there's our Inverter. spiffy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get in for 2. We're going to play out another mountain, and we're going to hold up collateral damage in case they have a Radiant Flames or something. And then, okay, Sphinx's Tutelage. That's a little scary. I think we're going to do an Outpost Siege next turn. We got 2 of them. That's fun. All right, let's get in for 2. Yeah, this is just a weird matchup because it makes our inverter, I can't tell if it makes our inverter better or worse. All right, so they got a Sphinx's Tutelage. They did not have a Jeskai Ascendancy, so they're not going to be going off. I should be keeping track here. So they played an Island, and they played a Shambling Mist. So they've still got a Linvala. They've still got that Crush of Tentacles, and they're making all their land drops, which is, I mean, they had one land in hand, and they played the 2 lands. Okay, so they drew 1 land. And they're going to cycle, refocus. Mills me a little bit. Let's get our graveyard up here. And of course I'm hitting lands. It's just it's the kind of luck that I've been having lately. Wild Slash is... we're just going to cast that. Because otherwise it's exiled. We're going to play out another mountain. We're going to attack in for 2. And do I want to play the second Outpost Siege? Our graveyard's not big enough to play Inverter yet. I think I do want to play the second Outpost Siege. Now, he might even return with a Crush, which would be... One possibility is he could play Crush and we could play Inverter on the next turn. I keep saying he. Alright, so they're going to mill us a little bit here. See what we get. Alright, there's some gas in the graveyard. I like that. They play out a Morph. That's fine. We're going to draw a bunch of cards here. Exquisite Firecraft is good. And Hordling Outburst. Shit. I don't know which one I would rather play. Well, okay, I've got 5 mana, so I can play that and Dragon Fodder. Exquisite Firecraft puts him down to 7. Man, I really want to play both those cards, and I need 1 more mana to do it. You know, we've got the Crater's Claws. We're just going to attack his life total here. Their life total here. So we're going to do that. We're going to drag it. Well, you know what? Let's attack with both. They are just going to block 1. That's fine. We're going to Dragon Fodder again. And we've got to win next turn. So if they, as long as they don't go off next turn, we're just going to win. Because then Magnetic Insight, sure, they're going to mill a whole bunch of cards, but well, this is a little scary because if they hit a land drop and they hit a Jeskai, they cast Jeskai Ascendancy here, which they don't. Well, they could. If they cast Jeskai Ascendancy here, that's a little scary. They do. Now, can they cantrip? Yes, but that's going to be it. So they're going to mill me a whole bunch more cards, and then I'm just going to win. I'm going to F6 here. You do your thing, buddy. I really like this Kozilek avatar that they gave away with the pre-release for Oath of the Gatewatch, but I figured everybody would be using it. But this is the first person I've seen using it. Probably everybody is thinking everybody will use it. Mill. Alright, so how exactly am I going to win? Oh yeah, tap your Rattleclaw Mystic. Then that gets real easy. Crack in for 3 and then collateral damage. Don't even have to use my Crater's Claws. I could use the Crater's Claws to get another 3 damage. Now I could win without attacking even. Oh, Treasure Cruise, that's scary. I still don't think that they're gonna win. Although the Outpost Siege is now I'm down to 14, 12. Okay. All right, what do you got? What do you got? Flooded Strand, that's not a good thing. Are we gonna yet again get milled out on the turn before we're about to win? So hold on. Now, does Outpost Siege? Outpost Siege doesn't upkeep, so you haven't drawn yet. So it's still gonna it's still gonna kill us if we. Now that said, we're gonna stop in our upkeep because let's say that the opponent mills us to 0. We can still collateral damage for 3, and if we draw like a Wild Slash or another collateral damage or something, we can still win even if the opponent's milled us to 0. So that's an important interaction. Remember that this says exile. It doesn't say Outpost Siege says exile. It doesn't say draw. So you don't lose. Another Sphinx's Tutelage. That's not going to be good enough, I don't think. Well, he doesn't the Rattle Claw. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew. And now we just win. Hooray, a mountain and a Crater's Claws. That's alright. Alright, so just a mountain for fun. We're gonna, well, let's attack first. Yep, and they scoop because they know I've got him. Okay, cool. Well, we won our first game. It was a really weird matchup. I think I'm going to do another test match. I like that deck. I might even just jump in a league. But in any case, that was our test video for Janktown on Magical Christmas Land. I am James, and we'll see you back in Janktown next time.